Ladies and gentlemen, Mob Music Network is so proud to present to you the host with the most, the one, the only, Ema Cilibiu, live.
Hello everyone, I am Emma and today we are having Cheyanne Marie. Yoo-hoo!
Woo, thank
She's
you.
she's had her live show recently and was a total success. She is wonderful, awesome, gorgeous. I love her hair. I already told her. And she has an amazing, sweet voice that I never get tired of listening to. And I'm very excited to hear what she has to say today because I think she has a very bubbly and interesting and extroverted personality, and I bet we can have a very deep and meaningful and nice chat together. So first of all, I want to ask you, how was the MOB show experience to you?
Oh, the show experience was awesome. I've never done a virtual concert like that. I've done like a couple on my own, but I usually would just like I guess live stream on Facebook. But it wasn't the same. It was very different with like the Zoom experience because I felt like I was in a room with people, and it was awesome to see like the support. And I don't know, it felt like I was with everyone, and that was the first time I felt like that online, so it was pretty magical. It was amazing.
Uh, Yeah, I bet so. It was magical to us too. You said in the live show that you also said in the live show that it was the first time you done this type of interview, this type of shows, online ones, and I was quite surprised because everything was so professional and well executed, and I loved every single every single thing that you said and every single song that you sang. That was quite impossible believing that you have done this for the first time. That was your first time. It's awesome. You are very talented, and I think this is the type of trait an artist has to have. Be professional no matter what happens, and you are that. Um,
Thank you, thank you.
I I love you and I love the way you sing and everything that you do. And I would like to see you more on this type of MLB shows because MLB is family to a lot of artists that are just starting off or that need and want support, and they arise and grow with us. And I'm happy that you are getting this type of I don't know, things from us. And I would love to see you more on MLB shows. What you think?
Yeah, that would be awesome. That
I'd
would
love
be so
to.
awesome. I would love that.
I'd love that too. Um, when and how did you find your passion for music? Because as I said before, I believe everything that you do starts from a passion, and you really seem passionate about what you do.
Oh yeah. Well, it's been a lot. It's okay. That's a loaded question, but I can definitely answer it. So my mom told me when I was 2 years old that I sang before I talked. So I didn't, you know how most babies try to say words. So I never tried to speak. I always tried to sing. And so the first words I ever had was a Spanish commercial called, I don't remember what the Spanish commercial was called, but it was like, Mama mi me mami. It was like that. And so can you imagine a 2 year old baby just singing out of nowhere? And so my
I
mom
can imagine you doing that.
and so I was like, wow, that's interesting. And I actually can remember the time that I told my mom I wanted to be a singer. I was 7 years old, and I at the time I think that was when I was seven. It was I think 2004 or no, it was 2002, 2003. I was like 7 years old, and I there was an artist called Ashanti. She's known as like the princess of R&B. Very she was very popular back in the early 2000s, and she had her first album called Ashanti, and there was a song on there called Thank You. It was an a cappella song, and I learned it. And I remember we were driving to New Jersey on a road trip with my mom, and I decided to sing that song for her. And then I told her I wanted to be a singer. I remember it was like in the car, we sang, and my mom was like, I don't know if you're good because you're my daughter, or I don't know if you're good because you're good. And I was like, I don't know, but I want to do this. And so ever since I was 7, from like 7 to 18, my mom did everything that she could to try to find ways for me to perform. So even if it was like the national anthem at a sports game, or I joined choir in high school, any small, like I volunteered and sang Christmas carols at like senior homes. I would do like a lot of random stuff just because I wanted to sing, and it was free because my mom couldn't afford lessons or anything like that. So I think because I was so young and it's just been such a big part of me, I really don't know what I would do if I wasn't doing music. So it's really, to me, a really big part of who I am and why I do what I do. And as you know, I love what music does for people. It makes people feel good. It brings people together. And I think that's what I'm most passionate about. I don't necessarily like the extra attention. You know, sometimes I get nervous with the extra attention. I'm like, oh my God, I'm shy. But
You don't seem like it. I think it's just inside you, because on the outside you're very happy and bubbly and everything. You don't seem very nervous.
yeah,
But
and
continue.
no, it's good. It's just I think I sometimes am overwhelmed with the love, and I'm just like, wow, I don't know how to take it. But I think for me, because I love when I sing, because I love how happy people feel. I love that I get to connect with people. And I think that's kind of when and how I found my passion. And I believe that's kind of why I still keep going with it. Just because as I get older, it just becomes more and more who I am. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and I really appreciate you for everything and for fighting fighting to do what you want to do in this life, music. And I think your mom is a very wise and loving woman.
Mhm.
The fact that she has done that much for you and she believed in you is wonderful. And you said that she said when you were 7 and you were singing in the car that she doesn't really know if she loves it because you're her daughter or because you really sing well. Well, I think this is what every parent does, because every parent loves its child, and it's really kind of confusing appreciating the real value, but your mom really did well.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad she pushed me a little bit. There was a time I almost gave up singing, like for good. Um,
Wow.
I was,
Wow, I want to hear the story.
I was 12. And I was doing a lot from 7 to 12. She was putting me in so many community events and all kind of things. So by the time I was 12, I wasn't happy anymore. I wasn't enjoying it. And so from like 12 to 15, I stopped singing. So I didn't sing for 3 years. Like I didn't enjoy music. I was so tired of it. I was burnt out, as you could say. And but then when I was, so I said like 12 to 15, when I was like 14, I started getting depressed. I was getting really sad. And I couldn't figure out why I was so sad, but it was because I stopped singing and I stopped doing music and I stopped listening to music too. I I was so tired. I was like, I don't want this to be my life. I don't enjoy it anymore. And then I think the break it made me realize that I need it. And it's a gift. Like when you have a gift for music, I think um, you should share that with the world, because you can't hold that gift in, because if you try to hold it in, I think you're only going to make yourself sad, because there is going to be a day where, what if I, Lord forbid, but what if I lose my hearing, or what if I what if I lost my voice in an accident or something? I don't know. Like, you never know. So you got, like, take every day. If you have that gift inside you, I think you need to share that for yourself and for the people around you. Otherwise, you're just going to be sad and you'll regret not doing it. Because those 2 years, I kind of regret not doing it. But I'm at least glad that I did that, because it made me more grateful and more, I'm just more grateful for the gifts that I have, and I'm more grateful and honored to share them with people. Because it's not just about you. It's not always just about you. And I think that kind of, I realized that I was kind of punishing my mom and the people around me because I didn't want to do it anymore, and I felt pressured. And it shouldn't be like that either. You should enjoy what you do.
Yeah, I totally agree. And it's really nice you did not stop. I think artists and us people um, live by music. We cannot live without it because, as I've said many times before, I think music is medicine and music is what keeps us alive. And sometimes we think it drains our energy, but the thing that actually drains our energy is not appreciating, not necessarily appreciating, but not enjoying music anymore. And this is quite sad. Um, but it's very nice you did not stop. You wanted to say something, I think so.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, add on to what you said. When you said music is medicine, I joined a choir when I was in college, and the teacher told me this, and I think it's beautiful. He said, "Did you know that when we sing, if you sing in a group with people, and if you sing together for at least 2 minutes, that your heartbeat will all be the same?"
Wow.
That's real. So after like 2 minutes of singing together, we become so in tune with each other's energy and each other's, like, emotions, that after about 2 minutes of singing together, everyone's heartbeat is about the same rate. Everyone is on the same, like, level of calmness. And with that, he used to always say, if the whole world sang in a choir, we wouldn't have war. Because if we're all at peace and we're all on the same plane and the same energy level, there wouldn't be any conflict. There wouldn't be anything negative. And I believe that because it's very magical. Oh, if you
Yeah,
ever have you ever gotten to sing in a choir? If you don't, you should see if you can, because it's life changing. So life
wow.
changing.
I've never tried this, but I will consider doing that after you said it because I think music is what connects us
Oh
as
yeah.
humans, and it's very interesting. You said that you were about to stop singing, but this kind of made me think about support. Have you always been given support from the people around you, from school, from, I don't know, family?
Yeah. Luckily, yes. I owe a lot to my school as far as what they taught me. My mom gave me the support as far as if there was an opportunity, my mom made sure I was there. She was there to support me. And I gotta say, I'm very blessed and lucky to have that, because not everybody has that. And with the support of my mom, uh, I also had the support of my school. The only time I didn't have the support of my mom was when I went to college. She wanted me to go study science. she wanted,
Oh,
she wanted
is
me
your mom a chemist?
no, she's not. She just wanted me to get to be in the to the medical field, because there's good money in the medical field. And I was like, "No, mommy, I don't like I don't want to do that.
Wow.
I'm not going to be happy if I do that." And so uh I lied to her for 2 years and told her I was studying science when I was studying music.
Wow.
And so that
Wow.
was probably the only time I lied to her about that. But
And how did you find out? Did you
I
tell her?
I did, but I told her I told her, like, my junior year, so that was 3 years later. She saw me in my first theater show, so I did my first theater show that year, and I invited her, and then she was like, "Wow, that was great! I've never seen you do that before. And I was like, yeah, mommy, by the way, I I changed my major to theater now and music.
Wow.
So I hope you're okay with that.
Wow.
And then
What
it was
was her
funny.
reaction?
She was just like, she wasn't mad. She was just like, I think you were smart. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
I support you fine. And I'm like, okay, good. Um, and
Wow.
I also had support of my school. My schools paid for a lot of my school, so I didn't have to. I auditioned and I couldn't afford to go to the school, and they paid a lot so that I could go. And I think that alone is a big support that I had. Is I got a
Wow.
lot of great training for free because I couldn't afford to go to college. My mom was a single mom, and I have a brother, so single mom with two kids, that's sometimes hard. And so that's kind of, I'm very grateful. I've always had a strong support system, and that's kind of why I also like to be humanitarian to people, because I want to help give back the way that other people gave back to me. And so I look forward to the day that I can give back the same way, because
Wow.
my life, I could have given up music and been someone else, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I know that's not what I was meant to do. So I'm just very
Yeah.
happy for that. And the support
Wow.
system that y'all have given me, this is awesome. I mean, it's amazing what you and Mob Radio and everyone is doing for artists like us, just because it's amazing. It's just truly amazing, honestly.
We know how hard it is to keep doing what you want to do in life when you don't get support.
Mhm.
And we give support to those who don't really benefit from that. But it's very nice you did get this also from school. I think it's kind of new hearing that school gives support to artists.
Mhm.
Wow, um, this is amazing. You were using a lot the word magical, and I love it because I think it actually explains the way your show was. Um, it was totally magical, and for those who did not get a chance to hear her live or even go on the YouTube live stream, which I really encourage you to do, you will find it by searching Seamus Trainer. Also, you will find Chen by searching.
Oh, Cheyanne Marie.
Uh,
Cheyanne Marie
um,
music, yeah.
yeah, and you will find me by searching Ema Cilibiu, which is a Romanian name if you. I'm a Romanian.
That is awesome. I love
All
your
right.
name.
Oh, thanks. And I wanted to say that for those who were not there, they didn't really know how the show went, and they really did not feel what you have made us feel while singing. I saw you were very concentrated in feeling everything you were singing, and this is wonderful because you really made me cry while hearing you. This is something wonderful and something artists should really do in order to succeed. Emotions is what music should give us, not just nice sounds and everything else. And I wanted to ask you, how do you enter that state when you sing that you feel everything you're singing that way and making us all go crazy after what you sing?
Well, I'll tell you this, because it's I think it's slightly different for everybody, but this is the easiest way I think I can explain it. Is people people can tell when you mean what you say. And that's with anything, whether you're speaking, singing, or whatever. And so anytime I pick music, I have to pick music that when I hear it, it moves me, or when as soon as I hear the song, I want to sing. And not you're not always going to sing songs that make you want to cry, of course. But even if you're singing like a fun song, if it doesn't make you want to move, or it doesn't want to make you get up off your chair, if it doesn't make you want to do that, then don't sing it, because uh, you want to sing something that genuinely moves you as the artist. And so I, I start there. I start with picking music that moves me, and then whenever I am performing and you're saying I get to that state, I really, I kind of just think, I really try to be in the moment, stay in the moment, and I really think about what I'm singing. I um I appreciate songwriters so much, because songwriters, they know how to write for, it's hard to explain. Like, songwriters know how to write for singers, because they know how to write stuff that moves you. They know how to write stuff that makes you want to sing. Because the thing is, people sing because words aren't enough. That's like the best quote I heard is, we sing
Wow.
because it's not enough to say words, so we need to add music, and we need to emote, and we need to add our internalize a lot of things. And that's kind of, that is, I think, what helps me kind of get in the moment, is just because when you remember that, like, the reason we sing is because talking is just not enough. Sometimes you need that extra layer, and that is okay, and you need to live in it. And that's, I think that's the best way I can answer that.
Wow, that was so deep. I loved it. Your answers are very great. I love them a lot, and I love how you explain uh the way you feel music, which I think it's a very hard thing to do because music is not really something you can explain, and you're doing it very well.
Thank you.
Um, you have such an unique style of singing, and I've seen this in the live show. You try to make the versions your own, the versions of the covers, and even of the covers who that were no, not who, that were sang by different artists before. You try to make them your own. But I think you still have some influences, maybe something from childhood, something that has touched your soul that you really keep until now, and adapt it to your own way of singing. Uh, who are your biggest influences?
Ooh. Oh, okay. Well, this is not that hard, I guess. I listen to a lot of influences, but these are probably the top five, I think. Growing up, I tried to sing Mariah Carey. I had no business singing Mariah Carey, but I tried. It wasn't
Well,
good.
everything starts somewhere.
It starts somewhere, right? So I listened to Mariah Carey a lot, Whitney Houston a lot. I love Celine Dion. I used to want to be an opera singer when I was a baby, so I listened to a lot of opera singers, particularly like I enjoyed Andrea Bocelli. I loved Kathleen Battle. She's really big, and there's another woman named Jessie Norman. There were some of my three favorite like opera singers. But then if I was going with more like mainstream, I loved Whitney, I loved Mariah, Celine Dion. I was big fan of Christina Aguilera too. When I was like young, when she was, it was when Christina Aguilera was pop star, you know. And Mark Anthony, it's kind of random, but Mark Anthony, because I did listen to a lot of Latino music. So I did listen to a lot of
Wow.
bachata and salsa and that kind of stuff growing up. So I think that affects the way I sing and the music I like too.
I wanted to say you mentioned now Latin music, and I think it's just awesome. It's my favorite genre of music. It's so moving and wonderful, and it has some vibes not a lot of other genres can give. And probably because I'm Romanian, and Romanians are a, a part of Latins. Well, yeah. And I really enjoy this type of music, and I love that you sang in the live show. Some of them, people, you should really go watch that live show. I promise you won't regret it, and you will hear the best songs sang by a very talented artist. So go now and check it out. I will leave it in the description box as well. And I totally love those. I want to ask you, which is your favorite Latina song?
Oh, um, oh, that's a hard question. Come on. Okay. Hmm.
I know they're so good that you can't choose.
I think it might be one of the ones I sang, actually. I love the song Contigo en la Distancia. I think I especially love it because Christina also did it, but it was originally made famous by Luis Miguel, who's a really famous singer. But that song, oh, so good. That is
Yeah,
one
and you
song.
sing it so well.
Thank you. That was one song I listened to when I was a kid. I was like, oh yeah, this is I'm feeling something, and I don't even know what I'm singing about. I'm too young to know what love is. But I was like, oh, this is great. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's nice how some songs can make you feel things you've never experienced before. It's wonderful, and you really made us feel the same way when you sang it. I told you, you really make us feel things while singing. As I said before, I think you're a very interesting person, so I think your routine is a very interesting one. What does your day-to-day routine look like?
For like preparing for a show or something, or just
No, just
normally.
what you do. Yeah, normally.
Oh yeah. Well, typically, I will be honest with you. I sing probably every day. I sometimes need to take a break, but usually I get up. I usually wake up kind of early, but I usually get up and um, depending on how early I get up, if I have time, I'll usually go for a walk and listen to music. Because I usually have roommates, so sometimes it's hard to have to listen to music out loud in my house. So I usually like to go for a walk so I can sing out loud and no one will bother me. Um, so usually I'll like wake up, go for a walk. I try to have tea. I have not had my tea today yet. Ooh, but
What's your favorite type of tea?
I make my tea actually. It's pretty strong, but I boil fresh apples, cinnamon sticks.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
I boil fresh apples, fresh cinnamon sticks, fresh rosemary. I add lemon and lime juice at the end, but then I also boil ginger. So I'm sorry, you boil apples, ginger, cinnamon stick, rosemary, and mint. You boil it all together for at least like 30 minutes. You let it get kind of thick. And then I usually add at near the end a little bit of apple cider vinegar, some lemon and lime. And then it's going to be very bitter when you take it out, but then you add honey and fresh mint at the very end just so you have more mint because I love mint. But you have that and you drink it. There were days I lost my voice and I would drink that tea and then my voice would come back.
Wow.
It's pretty strong. Like
Wow.
it's kind of spicy. So if you don't like ginger or cinnamon, it's a little spicy on, those are kind of strong, but I usually boil extra ginger because when you sing a lot or when you sing a lot as you have to take care of your voice. So the ginger really helps with like the inflammation. So I like to make my own because it's better for us. Like it's stronger, it works better. But if I had to just pick like a tea bag, I like the tea bags too. They're just not as strong, I don't think. I love
Yeah.
I'm big on I love peppermint tea or
Oh,
ginger or peppermint is I think my go-to. I love that. Do
wow. That's very interesting.
you have one?
Huh?
Do you have favorite tea?
No, I don't really drink tea now. I have bought a pack of green tea,
Oh, I mean, that's good too.
which I think I kind of like because it it makes me feel very fresh when drinking it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just my favorite type of tea. Now I don't really boil the water because I think it makes those, I don't know, what are they, flowers or plants, a bit bitter, so I just use normal water. But
Yeah.
it still tastes good. Now continue with your routine. You were
Yes.
saying you
Yeah. So I drink I go for my walk. I drink my tea. Um, I recently got a new job, but usually I was working at night, but now I'm working in the day. So I work from home now. So I do like phone calls and stuff for companies. Um, After that, I am usually, if I didn't go for a walk, I go to the gym. If
oh
I don't go to the gym, I try to make sure I walk that day because I try to do something active every day. Because if I don't, I don't feel good.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and I'm starting to get older, so I want to take care of myself. Um,
You said are starting to get older. You
I,
said something. You gave us a hint of your age in the live show. You
you
said,
wouldn't know how old I am, I don't think.
I do know, because you said in the live show that a song you sang was published the year you were born. No. A singer, a Latina singer, died the year you were born, and
Yep.
that was 1995, huh?
Yep.
You're not old. You're not
No,
old.
I'm not old. I just sometimes I'm like, wow, I'm 26 now. It's crazy. Whoa. But yeah, so I do that. I've been doing music a lot with my friends or my brother. So I have a like little studio set up now with like a mic and just like a corner where I put my music and I record. So I try to work on that a little bit, even if it's just 30 minutes a day, just so I am working on something. And I have a dog back at home. I'm not home right now. I'm doing a show in Michigan, but when I'm at home, I
Wow.
have a dog there, and I'll walk with my dog or I play with the dog, and we're just I try to just kind of relax because I do work a lot, but if I'm not doing that, sometimes on a day I'll teach a lesson. I teach lessons, voice lessons.
Oh,
I do
wow.
them in person or on Zoom. So I all my students have been online so far because of COVID, but I typically like to teach in person. Um,
Are those music lessons?
yeah, I teach. I
Oh,
can teach voice. I also coach voice, and I also can help teach piano, depending on.
wow. That's a nice thing to know.
Yeah, so it's I don't know, on that little like scheduling link, I have like kind of all the different things that I try to offer, but I love working with singers and helping them be free because uh my teachers really helped me get better, obviously. And so I want to help share that knowledge with other people who want that same help. So that's another reason why I went to school for music because I knew I wanted to teach it someday, and I thought this was a good way for me to teach it and learn more,
Yeah.
and that's also why I try to sing every day. I try to be a good example. I practice every day. I I don't I find the joy in it every day. I don't get tired of what I do anymore like I did when I was 12. This is my life. But yeah, a typical day for me, it's honestly it's full of music and self care. So
Wow,
and
that
that's
is very
important.
nice.
Oh, because as artists, I think we put a lot of ourselves out there, and sometimes it is healthy for us and it's good for us to just kind of relax and be and just take care of yourself and do the things that you want to do, even if it's just laying down or sitting at a park and reading a book, whatever it is. That's that's kind of what that's like my typical day for me. I think
Yeah.
and then if add a performance in there every now and then.
That is very nice. I love your routine. It's very,
Thank
I don't
you.
know, complex. I love it. Um, I, I I usually try to guess people's zodiac signs because I'm into astrology and not really that into astrology, but I can read birth charts. And I know I might get this wrong, but I think you are either a Gemini, uh, Virgo, or Cancer.
No,
You're a Taurus?
no,
Oh,
no. I've never gotten that, but that's fun. I get along with Cancers and Virgos and Geminis a lot, but I'm actually an Aquarius.
wow.
And I don't know. I know you said you're not like too into it, but I do know my rising and my moon sign. I don't know if you know what that is,
Yeah,
but
I know.
so my moon sign is a Capricorn, and then my rising is a Leo. So I guess people think I'm a Leo, but I'm not a Leo. I'm an Aquarius.
Wow, wow. So I was far from close. I really said everything, every other zodiac sign that you are not. But
My
now
mom's a
that thinking
Taurus.
now thinking about it, I think you really do look like a Leo, maybe because the hair, it really opens up your face, and I know, it's very nice.
What is yours?
So I'm a Libra.
Oh,
My
cool.
moon sign is Pisces, and my rising sign is Taurus. I
Oh,
I think we really look like our rising signs. Because yeah, I think rising signs.
they say that's the one that people perceive you as, right? That's how you come off in the
Yeah,
world, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then I think the moon sign is like inside, how you feel inside, right?
Yeah.
So you're
Yeah.
emotional. You're emotional.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I am very emotional. And you are also very strong because you said your moon sign is a Capricorn, and I think that's why you're a bit talkative. Talkative in a good way.
Thank you.
Um, yeah, I loved this question, your answer, because it was very interesting. I totally loved it. Now, I think I don't know if you've done this before, but I think I would see you collaborating with other artists. And I think you are thinking of this too. Who would you most like to collaborate with?
Oh man, yeah, there's so many artists I would love to collaborate with. Okay, if I was going with like a mainstream artist, I love Bruno Mars. I'm obsessed with Bruno Mars. He's the best.
Wow,
I
me
love,
too.
right? He's so good. And he writes,
Yeah.
oh, I love him. He writes his music. I'm just like, I just want to sing with you. If it could be like big artists, I want to sing with him. If I could meet Mariah Carey, I would cry. If
Oh.
I could just meet her, I don't know if she'll let me sing with her, but I want to meet her at least. But colla- I have some friends who are artists, and we have some collaborations coming out with them. So I'll be
Oh.
collaborating with like AQ the singer. My brother and I collaborate a lot. Like OG Marty, he's the one that makes a lot of my music.
Yeah, you said that in the live show as well. I
Yeah.
remember.
So me and my brother, he's like my partner in crime. He's kind of me and him. I think are kind of like Billie Eilish and her brother. I think that's kind of like me and my brother.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's so many. I think Bruno Mars is probably my easiest answer.
Do you like Ed Sheeran?
I love Ed Sheeran. Oh yes,
Wow, I was sure you'd say yes because I like him as well, and I think he's a very nice singer. And also, he writes his own music. The
yes,
thing I heard you appreciate about Bruno Mars.
yes. That's why anybody who
Yes.
writes their own music, oh geez, it's because I just think it's different when they're singing it because they wrote it. You know what I mean? Like that is coming. That is from their actual heart. It is coming from their heart.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that's
even when they write it for someone else, still, it's just it's different when they're the one that writes it. You know what I mean?
yeah, and their songs really get close to your soul.
Mhm.
And yeah, it really it touches your heart, which is very important and very nice. And that's why I love them a lot. Now I think you do have other passions as well. Which are they?
Yeah, so I I enjoy teaching. I
Yeah.
also enjoy producing, so I enjoy like
Uh,
directing music and because like I was a worship leader at a church, so I was like teaching the choir there or teaching the band. So I really enjoy teaching if I'm not performing. I really enjoy producing, so I like putting shows together. I like bringing artists together. Um, Another passion of mine, I just love humanitarian work, so or anything like
oh,
like anything in the philanthropic industry. I hope I said that right. Um,
I
I'm
hope I
not
say
rich. I'm not rich, but if anytime I try to give anytime I can, even now, like I don't make a lot of money, but I try to give, I try to help, I try to, and I think if I'm not performing that's honestly what I'm most passionate about. I also love math. It's random, but I love math. So
Oh, really? Wow.
I'm like big. I love math and science a lot. I got a minor in chemistry.
Oh. Mm.
So it's random, but it was mostly because I wanted to make my mom happy. But I enjoy it. I just love my. I feel like I'm random. I just like kind of random stuff, but I like anything that brings joy to people or makes me think. I think that's
Yeah.
kind of, I enjoy that.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. You do what makes you happy, and this is the most important thing.
Mhm.
Um, you are very talented, and I've said this like 100 times, but do you have any hidden talent?
Um, Hidden talents.
This
I
caught you
guess
off guard.
yeah, I guess this is technically a hidden talent. I do have perfect pitch. I didn't know I had that until I went to school.
Oh.
So I don't know if you know if anyone knows what that is, but perfect pitch just means that I know what the notes are. So if you play a note, I could tell you what note it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you
Wow.
could play a random
This
note
is so,
on the piano, and I could tell you, oh, that's an E, or I'm like, oh, that's an A. But I didn't know I could do that until college. So
wow. This is this is very interesting. So your hidden talent is related is to music.
yeah, still.
Wow. That's very interesting. It's the first time I get a chance to talk to someone who has this. It's wonderful. I think it's very rare though.
Um, it's not as rare as I think it used to be, just because a lot of us we're so much smarter, and we like if you have good tonal memory where it's easy for you to memorize stuff, you can memorize the sound and then remember that it's that. So you can learn it. It just will take longer.
Yeah, it's
But
the thing that we can train to get better and do this, but not everybody gets born with this like you.
and some people are like a lot of instrumentalists are born with it. People who play instruments, a lot of them have perfect pitch and they don't realize because they've just been playing music. They just know. It's crazy. And I didn't know it was special. Someone in college told me it was special. I thought everybody could do it. So I didn't think it was a big deal. I was like, oh, I never told anybody because I thought everyone could do it. And then one day
Wow.
in school, we were in choir, and I just sang, and they're like, "How did you know the key?" And I was telling them, "I don't know what you mean." They're like, "How did you know what note it was?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I just knew. I thought y'all don't." I was like, "I thought y'all knew too." And they're like, "No, we usually need somebody to play the note before we know what our note is." I'm like, "Really? I didn't know that." What? And I
Wow.
was like, that's a big deal. And then that's when I learned what that was. I didn't know. I did not know.
Wow, that is very interesting. You said that about you said that instruments people that play instruments usually have this. Do you play any instrument?
I play piano.
Wow.
I do play piano. I don't have mine with me. Otherwise, I would have tried to play on the concert. I would have played a couple songs on there. But I play piano. I'm trying to teach myself guitar, but guitar is very hard. It's hard when you've never played before.
Yeah,
Um,
but it's not harder than playing piano, so you can do it.
but see, I don't know. I guess you're right. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like
It's
guitar is
just,
hard.
the first step is always the hardest. So if you can get over that first step, then
Mhm.
you can play guitar very well.
Yeah. So I'm.
For how long? Uh,
Oh no, what were
say
you saying?
For how long have you been playing piano?
Um. So my mom couldn't afford lessons, so she bought me a small keyboard when I was 12. No, I was 10. I was 10 years old. Um, and she said that if I learned a song on the piano, she'll take me to have lessons. So I learned Rihanna's song "Unfaithful" on the piano. I taught myself. I went on YouTube and I watched somebody play it, and I taught myself how to play it. And then I showed my mom, and then she was like, "Okay, if you learn another one, I'll give you lessons." So then I learned "For Elise." It's that classical song that.
Oh, that is a quite hard song to sing in the beginning.
So I played that one, and she was like, "Oh, so you learned two songs? You don't need a teacher." My mom said, "I'm like, darn." So then I just started teaching myself, and then I took piano lessons in college, and that helped me get a little better. But yeah, I kind of taught myself, but I can't say I completely taught myself because I did take lessons once I got to college. So it's kind of I guess I've been playing since I was like 10, but
Wow. Well, self-teaching how to play the piano until college, from 10 years old to the age you had when you joined college,
mhm.
I think it's very much, and I think you mostly self-taught how to play it.
Yeah, no, yeah, most of it's self-taught. It still kind of is. Um I can teach beginner and intermediate piano now because I've trained to be able to teach that. But yeah, everything that I've done it's mostly self-taught. So yeah, but I am
But
comfortable
how,
teaching now.
but do you get students every year, or are those some really close people or
Um,
the ones
I
who request being taught by you?
I've tried to reach out and get students, but there's so many teachers in the world that it's very competitive. So that's why as an artist, I try to actively sing and actively perform because I feel like it's important if you're being taught by someone that you should see them do what they're teaching you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I in the last year and a half, I've started having more students, and these are more so people who have reached out to me. I do know some of them. Some of them have been friends, but a lot of them picked me because we work together, and they're like, I really want to. I would love to learn how to perform better, or I would like to learn how to work on my ear training a little bit, and I can help with any of that. And so some of my friends are more comfortable like asking me for help, but then I have some friends who don't want to ask for help, and they're like kind of scared, and I'm just like, because they think I'll judge them, and I'm like, I'm not going to judge you, we're friends. Like, I'm happy. I i love being a part of your, I say this, I love to be a part of your vocal journey, because this is your journey. It's not about me. I'm here to help you. So when I'm working with you, it's not about me, so you don't have to be intimidated or scared to mess up in front of me, because I'm not even worried about that. I'm worried about helping you feel comfortable and confident, and helping you release all the potential that you have, because that's basically what my teachers did for me. And just because we're friends, I would hope that that would make you more comfortable. So I've worked with people I don't know. I've had random students. Uh, so it was just,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I think teaching really suits you because you're a very calm person and you really send good vibes and emanate good vibes, and it's just wonderful that you do that. And now I'm talking to the people watching this interview. Um, you can go check out the live show. She's awesome, and I think she can give you very good music, singing, playing instruments, and training your advice because she does this herself. So if she does this herself, then you will do it yourself as well if you are taught by her. And I think she's also a very good example of entertaining people. So you might eventually get that from her as well, even though she um, won't really open that subject. How can people contact you to get those music lessons?
Yeah, so you can check out my website. It's CheyanneMarie.com. So CheyanneMarie.com. And there's a top tab there that says private studio. You can click there. And I have a couple ways that you can pay for your lesson. So I have a Patreon. So if you sign up for my Patreon, I give you one free lesson every month. And you also get you also get 25% off all lessons after that if you join my Patreon. But if you don't want to do that, I like the Patreon because it holds you and me accountable. Because if you pay for that once a month, it makes sure that you are always doing one lesson a month. It makes sure that I'm always teaching you at least once a month. And it just helps. And then you get special access, so you get to see me working. And I think that's important. Or I have the other prices on my website, but you can pay just for the half hour or an hour lesson, depending how long you want. And if you just go on CheyanneMarie.com at the top and you click private studio, it'll explain everything for you, all your different options, and you can see what is best for you. Yeah.
Wow.
So I would love to help anybody. And if I know enough other teachers that if I feel like I can't help you, I definitely know somebody that will. So I'm not selfish. I will always share what is here if there's someone more fit or better. So I would
That
just
is so beautiful.
thank you.
That is so beautiful. And you know, in this, as you said, being a music teacher is a very competitive domain. Just because everybody wants to grow their own business, if this can be called business, and they sometimes forget being humans.
Mm-hmm.
But you do not do that, and you stick to your own uh, principles,
Mm-hmm.
if this is the right word. Yeah, and it's very nice. It's very impressive. I totally love it. You are a very nice person. I've already said that a lot of times. I love your hair again, and I think it really makes you look like a Leo. I don't know why I didn't say Leo when I tried to guess your zodiac sign. Oh. Um, and you know, just like anything else, this interview has come to an end. Sadly, I totally loved it. I think we had a very meaningful and beautiful chat, and I actually love how the way you answer the questions and how you don't really stick only to answering them. You also he also say more things than what I ask you, and I totally appreciate it and I love it because it really gives me more subjects to talk about. and it's awesome. You are a full artist, a complete artist, and I totally love it. Recently I started my own website, which is called emacilibiu.com. Everyone can find it. And it's spelled EMACILIBIU.com. And I would love to write an article about you if you will agree. I write about everything that comes to my mind and everything that makes me feel strong feelings. And then I write about artists who are just starting off or who want and need support or who are that talented that I want to write about. And I'd love to write about you because I think you are so talented and the world needs to know your name. And
Thank
I
you.
just think you are very talented and awesome. Would you like me to write an article about you?
I would be honored. Thank you.
Wow, that would be so nice. I'm going to text you more about this.
Okay,
Um,
awesome.
Everybody, this is the ending of the interview. Today we had Cheyanne Marie. Woo! I I love the chat with her, and I think you did as well. I think you stayed till the end because you were really interested to hear what she had to say, just like I did. I'm hoping to see you next week, I think, with next very interesting interview with a very interesting artist. Um, Stay safe. Tune in to Mob Radio and also to Cheyanne Marie. And those who want or need music lessons can contact Cheyanne by doing what she said a few minutes ago because it was it had a lot of details and
Yeah, you can just go to
it can't really.
shanmarie.com and you'll find it. You'll find it.
Yeah, yeah. It's totally worth it, so do it. Uh, um, Shannon, I think you're awesome, and I think I don't know a bigger word to explain what you really are and what I really think of you. So,
Thank you.
um,
Thank you, Emma, for everything.
have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe.